Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited today to bring you a 4-for-1 wig review of the 4 longer styles from the brand new International City collection from Belle Tress. I have on my head here the gorgeous Santiago in Caramel Blonde Rooted. I'm also going to be reviewing Lisbon in Mocha Maple Brown. I'm going to be reviewing Melbourne in Crushed Almond Blonde R. And I'm going to be reviewing Paris in Buttered Toast. Don't forget to check out our retailer Locks and Tops in the description. They have the best prices around. Also make sure to join their Facebook support group. All that information is in the details. And as always, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, give me a thumbs up, and let's get started with these gorgeous new styles. We're starting with Santiago today, which is probably my favorite of the longer styles. Before we get into the beautiful style, I just want to say again that I'm a bit confused why Caramel Blonde Rooted is being offered in this brand new collection, because we were told that Caramel Blonde Rooted was being discontinued. So I don't know what's going on there, but what I can say is this color is available in the new styles and it's one of my favorites, so I'm glad it's here. Santiago is a beachy, wavy, gorgeous style that gives you pretty much a perfect curl pattern. Pretty obsessed with this one, y'all. So let's take a look at her from all sides. Santiago from the front. From my side, look at these waves. Perfection. From the back, how gorgeous is this wave pattern? From my other side, she's just a stunner. She is a stunner all around. She has, of course, the amazing Belle Tress City Collection Flawless hairline, a pre-plucked part. Absolutely beautiful. She would also look fantabulous up. And you always want to make sure that you enjoy your longer synthetics in an updo, because otherwise they won't last as long. So I always like to try to give you a quick view of what they'd look like up. Like, how cute is that? Adorbs. Yep, she is an absolute stunner. And just like all of the Belle Tress, except for some of the City Collection, no permatease, low density, and just super natural and beautiful looking with these heat-friendly fibers. Let's talk quickly about the dimensions on Santiago. So Santiago has a weight of 4.9 ounces, which for a wig this long is really a good weight. It is not heavy. The bang is a side swept bang that goes 5 to 7. And those little pieces right here are perfect for pulling it back, having those 2 little pieces. The sides of the wig go from 6 to 17. So there are some shorter layers in there, going down to 17. The nape is 11, so the length from the nape is 11, giving it an overall of 19. Now, I measure hair a lot of times from the crown, and if I measured from the crown, this is definitely longer than 19 if you straighten it out. It's probably closer to 22 if you straighten it out from the crown. I'm not 100% sure how they do their measurements with synthetics, because it doesn't seem like it would be from the nape, but it also seems like it's a little short to be the full length from the crown. So I'm just going to tell you what I think. I think if you stretch these out, it's about 22 inches from the crown. She is so beautiful, you guys. Let's take a look at her cap. I'm only going to show the cap once today because they're all pretty much identical. The only difference is that on Paris, who has a full bang, she has a middle monopart, and all of the others today have a left monopart. And other than that, the caps are identical. So we have a left monopart, a full lace front, ear to ear. We have the velvet ear tabs with metal stays, your extended nape with Velcro adjusters, and open wefted cap. And again, all of them are the same, except Paris is a middle versus a left mono part. The beautiful Caramel Blonde Rooted in front of my slider. Looking at all those gorgeous warm tones. Talks about the cool highlights, and they're really not, I don't see a lot of cool in this color at all.
It does say there's some subtle cool blonde highlights, but I don't see, it's just a very, very warm color. Right in my wheelhouse.
Next, we're looking at the adorable Lisbon. Lisbon, I feel like, has a lot in common with Santiago, but with a much looser wave pattern, almost just a slight bend to the hair instead of more of the full wave, the full beachy wave. She is absolutely beautiful, and this color is Mocha Maple Brown. If I was going to go brunette, I would definitely lean towards a color like this because it has some gingery warm highlights for dimension. She's a very, very pretty brunette. Let's take a look at the adorable Lisbon from all sides. Front, side, the back, and my other side. Really cute. And again, she's going to look fabulous up. I always like to show you what they could look like up. Super cute. I get my gray tucked in, that is. When it comes to the City Collection caps, I am very happy that they fit me. They do not go over my ears, which so many of the brands, they always just sit over my ears. And the City Collection does not. I'm a 21.5 size small with a 12 ear to ear. However, the owner of Locks and Tops, Karen, is a size large and it also fits her. So there's a ton of stretch. These caps work from anywhere from a small to a large, and I can attest to that as well as the owner because we have opposite head sizes. The caps are fabulous. And this is such a cute style for wearing up. Let's quickly go over the dimensions of Lisbon. So Lisbon weighs just a little bit more than Santiago, which I found interesting. 5.2 ounces versus Santiago at 4.9. The side bang is a little bit longer at 6 to 7, but I kind of feel like that's not completely accurate. I feel like it's more 5, but it has, again, it has that 7 to give that extra face framer, which I love. The sides are 9 to 17, so you have some layers in here at 9 down to 17. The nape is 12. And the overall is said to be 19. Again, I feel like from the crown, this is longer than 19, closer to 22, if you straighten it out. She's such a cute, easy breezy style, kind of effortless. This particular wig has a little bit of a bump here that I feel like I need to kind of flatten down, but I don't like to do anything to the wigs before I review them. I feel like, for me anyway, I'd like her to be a little flatter here like this. So cute. So let's talk about the beautiful Mocha Maple Brown. It is an unrooted color. And I do say that with unrooted, you do get some stripiness there at the root, but there's some things you can do to fix that. I do love the dimension on this one. And let's talk about how it's described. It is a medium brown with a dynamic blend of dark brown, medium brown, light auburn, and medium strawberry, and the auburn is the highlight. So that's why I like it so much. It's got all these beautiful auburn highlights. I love that. It's like the perfect brunette for me if I was going to go brunette. Because it's warm and it has those auburn gingery tints, and you know I love anything with even a hint of red. It is such a pretty color. Let's take a look at her outside. Here's the beautiful Mocha Maple Brown in front of my slider. You can see all that beautiful warm auburn and strawberry dimension. Let me get out here. Just a really pretty color. Really pretty. Mocha Maple Brown. I'm a fan. Of course, the hairline is flawless. Let me pull these hairs out. And when you go into brunettes and your hairline is this good, it's like, wow, so good. Next, we are looking at Melbourne, and Melbourne is a long straight style. She does have also a side swept bang, the same left mono part. A little bit easier to maintain because you don't have to recreate a curl pattern when you need to apply heat, and you know that they're going to need heat. She also has layers to look great up. And remember, if you want them to last, make sure you wear them up sometimes. This one is doing a little bit of a face flop, but that is an easy fix. I don't like to do too much to them before I review them, but she looks super cute up. Look how low density this is, just a beautiful low density wig. She is face flopping on me a little bit. Incredible hairline, pre-plucked part. Let's take a look at the beautiful Melbourne from all sides. Here she is from the front. Perfect little ear tuck too, if you need to. Perfect. From my side, from the back, and from my other side. Just a beautiful, sleek, straight, longer style. This is, I would say, the lightest and ashiest of all the blondes in the City Collection. This is Crushed Almond Blonde R. So Crushed Almond Blonde R has a medium brown root, and then she is described as having a light sandy blonde with chunky highlights of light ash blonde and platinum. I don't really think they look chunky. You know, descriptions are not always accurate. I think the colors are pretty well blended. It says there's a tiny bit of a medium sandy blonde as well, but it's very well blended. I don't think it looks chunky at all. Maybe I'll change my mind in outdoor light, but at this point I'm saying it's more of a blended look, and it is a very light color. So it has highlights of light ash blonde and platinum blonde, and that medium root. So very light, cool toned blonde with that beautiful natural root. Let's talk about Melbourne's dimensions and weight. Melbourne weighs 5.1 ounces. She is very low density for a wig of this length. Her side bang is 10. So she's got a little bit of a longer side bang than some of the others. The sides go 14.5 to 18. So here's those shorter 14.5s down to 18. The nape is 13. And the overall goes 17.5 to 21. And I'm going to say, measured from the crown, I feel like 21 to 22 is about right on this one. Really cute. Let's take a quick look at this one outside. Crushed Almond Blonde R in front of my slider. See, I just feel like it's very blended. I'm not getting a chunky highlight at all. Have not changed my mind about that. I think it's a very blended color. It is very blonde, very cool toned. There is some dimension, but it's subtle. It's not chunky. Medium brown root. Crushed Almond Blonde R. Last but not least, we have our girl with bangs. This is the very sleek and high fashion and on-trend Paris in Buttered Toast. Buttered Toast is a bit of a conundrum to me because they talk about buttered toast, which makes me think of warm yellows, like butter. But buttered toast is actually a very cool ashy color, and so ashy that at times these highlights can actually look more like gray than blonde, although they are technically blonde. So I'll go over the color more in a little bit, but let's take a look at this cutie. Now, I'm not normally a bangs person, but I think this is really cute. The bangs are 4 inches. They're a little bit long on me, so I've kind of put them to the side, but you know, you just trim them to get that full bang. All right. And let's take a look at her from all sides. Paris from the front, from the side, from the back, from my other side. As you can see, she's very straight and sleek, a lot like Melbourne, but with an added bang. And speaking of bangs, super cute in a little updo here. Do that. Super cute. Always want to like your long synthetics up, because wearing them down wears them out quick. So let's talk about the dimensions. Again, she has a 4-inch bang, so just a little long on my face, but to get that full bang, you would just trim them, or maybe you have a longer forehead than me. I can pull it back to show you what it would look like with the full bang. Definitely a more prominent bang. It's not a wispy bang, really. And even though it is a full bang, it still has a full, oops, sorry, I gotta put that back. It still has a full lace front, flawless lace front, and a pre-plucked part. And this is the only one with a middle part. Again, if they have bangs, it has a middle part. But same exact cap as the others, except middle part, so I don't really feel like we need to see it again. So easy to add heat to, and let's talk about the dimensions. Again, the 4-inch bang. The dimensions on Paris are 14.5 to 17.5. So there are some of these shorter layers in here. I wouldn't call them short, but shorter than the full length. And down to 17.5. The nape is 12.5. The overall is 16 to 20. So I'm going to say 20 from the crown, maybe 22 if you're fully straight, but close on that. Now again, talking about buttered toast, don't let that butter fool you, because when I hear butter, I think of warm yellow colors. They say it's supposed to appear like burnt toast, but it's not called buttered burnt toast. So when I think of buttered toast, I think of like a warm blonde, and it's anything but. It's extremely, extremely cool tone. So it is described as a medium brown with honey blonde and pale ash blonde. And it says it's an ashy base. So that's a medium ashy brown with that pale ash highlights. It says honey blonde too. I see mostly, I guess there's a little bit of honey blonde, but I see mostly the ash. And then it has a darker root. So let's take a look at buttered toast in sunlight and in front of my slider. Here's the very cool toned, I would call her a very dimensional blonde buttered toast. And again, because the blonde is so light against the ashy brown, it sometimes looks gray. Not that gray is a bad thing. My bio hair is gray. So here she looks more blonde, but there's just certain lighting where buttered toast looks more gray. Just remember, the name doesn't really match the color at all. Very unique, interesting color. Buttered toast rooted. I hope you enjoyed my review of the longer styles from the brand new international collection of Belle Tress. I would say they're right on trend. I would say they have some of the best hairlines out there. Beautiful pre-plucked parts, excellent fibers, caps that fit anywhere from a small to a large, no permatease. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything else. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, give me a thumbs up, and check out Locks and Tops. They're offering, at least in August of 2025, they're offering the pre-sale on all of these styles at 45% off. So go run and get some over there. Check out their Facebook group, join the Facebook group, and I will see you all at the next one.